Somebody's going to drive. That's good. Glad to see that. Hey, lovelies. How are we doing? Welcome to Be So Light. I am Priestess Michaela, also known as Felicia, also known as Miana. And I want to talk about something. This sentence, this word has been coming to me. And it came in last night, and I still haven't sat down to write out these new light codes that are coming in. And I think it's because I'm sitting with it, kind of like being in the moment of it. So anyway, let me tell you. The hidden healer. Are you a hidden healer? Are you a healer who might be in hiding right now? You might be the hidden one. You might be the divine tool to a lot of people's healing. Are you the hidden healer? Of course you are. You're the hidden healer. I want to read this because I did my cards this morning from the Isis Oracle deck. Love this deck. So my 3 cards that I got this morning was Temple of the Carnelian. And this is all about entering the fierce belly of Sekhmet. Yeah. And then the soul retrieval. Look at that picture. Soul retrieval. And this one is about deep soul healing with the goddess. Love it. And then divine destiny. Got this card. And it's the path of the divine warrior. Now, I remember when I first got this card, it was in a reading a friend did for me, and this card showed up. And that whole day, I was being bombarded with warrior cards, warrior words, warrior pictures, anything that it had the word warrior under it. And I thought it was really interesting because I just came back from a interdimensional, huge ass fight. And I remember waking up so tired and so worn out. And I remember where I was, and I remember what I saw and what we were up against, what we were fighting. And I just remember it. And I always come back so tired, drained, because it's so different. The energy is so different. So this one, divine destiny, spiritual work of the higher initiate. The divine warrior guides you to your divine destiny. The divine warrior energy exists within men and women as it inner pulses to continue with the worthy path even during difficult times. When faced with challenges, a true warrior will summon more of him or herself to the cause. It might be more wisdom, focus, intelligence, and surrender into the divine. The warrior within has great inner resourcefulness and determination. This part of you will lead you to your spiritual success. Okay. So I'm thinking to myself, I said, wow, this is really the divine warrior. I love this. I love this. I love this. I'm going to read you the Temple of the Carnelian. Wait, let me look and see what the incarnation is. Okay, here's the incantation. Now, incantation, when you use that word, it is all about the spoken powers of words that is giving the energy of an intent to rise up in. Okay? Call an energy forth of yourself. Warrior strong, within my heart you beat. My highest destiny I shall meet. Your power, focus, and determination ends fear, doubt, and procrastination. Warrior strong, within my heart you beat. Together, my highest destiny we greet. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Bring it on. Yes, that's the warrior. Um, so the temple of the carnelian was a really interesting one. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because being a hidden healer means that people don't really know what you do. They just feel good after you do it. They feel good when they're in your space. They feel good when they sit with you. They feel good when they just come and get a hug from you. I've been told I'm the best hugger. I give good like grandmother, loving mother hugs. I give those, and here's the thing. When I hug someone, I go in both arms and I hug you, heart to heart. I hug you. Okay. I'm not worried about no COVID and all that. I'm a hug, um, because love kills anything that's not of its true form. Love overrides it. Okay, love overrides something like it. It doesn't kill it. It overrides it. Heals it. Thank you. It heals it. Use the wrong word. Edit that word. Kill. Love overrides it. Heals it. So I go in and I just hug. I just give a heartfelt hug. And I know some people, even my mom, like she wasn't, and my mom would always tell me this, and this is true for a lot of older parents back in the day. She would always tell me, Lacey, we didn't grow up like that, telling everybody you love them and stuff, because I would always walk around and say, I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. Love you. And I feel like, you don't always have to tell me you love me all the time. And I said, well, I do, you know. And here's the thing I learned. Sometimes people don't know how to handle that because they didn't grow up with that. Somebody telling them that they love them. They didn't grow up with it. And then when it comes to hugging, my mom, when she gets a hug, she does this famous thing of, and I tease her about it. She'll hug me and then she'll do this. And I'm like, I go, hug me. Like, why are you patting me? Do I look like an animal? Like, you gonna pet me? What's up? And then, what do? And she's like, but one time she just grabbed me, she just went like this. And I'm like, Mom, you're choking me. I'm hugging you. No, you're choking me. I think you're smothering me right now. I'm loving you. No, you're not. You're smothering, loving me. so so I think sometimes some people when you hug, it's all about that I just go in and hug. Even people I meet, and they come, ooh, and I'm like, what are you doing? And I'm not going to handshake you. Now, if it's somebody that's kind of strange and they don't want you to hug you and they feel weird, I don't get into the space. But most people, especially nowadays, you need a freaking hug. Shoot, you need contact. You need a hug. You need that interaction. Because as soon as you hug, your whole body starts to light up. And that's what it means to be a hidden healer. Alma, all she does, and I couldn't believe this when I worked at the spa. When I said Alma, they didn't know who I was talking about. I'm like, you have this beautiful spa, and you don't know who I'm talking about? I don't understand how you not know. How do you not know the mother of hugs, the mother of healing with hugs? Because I experienced her. She's that hidden healer, okay? But she all she does is just hidden healers are the ones that survive horrific things in life. They're the ones that are, okay, don't get upset. Don't get upset because you know what the title is. So I have to say it this way. So don't get upset. Okay? But those that drug themselves out, that numb themselves out, the alcoholics, the pill poppers, you drugging yourself out, numbing yourself, those, those souls, they're hidden healers. They just can't handle it. There's something going on vibrationally that they came down here and they don't want to participate. They don't want to do the curriculum. So they numb themselves out. Those are hidden healers. Okay? They love to go help everybody. They love animals. They love to be very, clean and everything that they eat for their bodies, but they still turn around and torch that fire with toxicity of numbing up. Kind of like, how do you balance that? What? I heal myself, kill myself. Heal myself, kill myself. Heal myself, kill myself. What? It's a constant resurrection. I'm alive, coming back. Alive, So those are hidden healers. And then you have the ones that are, they had something traumatic happen to them, and then that soul leaves, and then another soul comes in to finish the mission of being down here. It's called a walk-in. And walk-ins, they come back to finish the job. It's two souls that share the one body. One soul will sign up, do so many years in it. Something tragic happens, they have an agreement. Okay, when this car accident happens, I'm going to step out and leave, and then you're going to take over. Okay, then that one comes in. And this is why a lot of people, when they meet someone who's a walk-in, or a family notice that a loved one is different since an accident, or a family realizes after someone went through a, say like a heart transplant, a liver transplant, kidney transplant, you have to remember these are cells and tissues from another person. So when there is a transfer of an organ that matches you, this is why I call this hidden healer. Spirit kept saying, just put the title up. We're going to tell you exactly what to say. And I'm like, okay, fine. So the hidden healer in this is, what if you were a person that was an A-type personality, okay? And you were just high-strung business, going, making accounts, getting the money, living the life. You're living it up. You're up in the high house. You're driving around in your Mercedes and your Benz, and you got the status quo going on. You got your rolling your money, and you're eating at the finest places, and you're traveling on the fine places, and boom, you have an accident, or boom, you got to have a transplant. Okay, now you get a transplant. You get a heart transplant. Just take that. Or a liver. Whatever the transplant is. My work is about spiral light. It's all about working with cellular memory and frequencies and colors. Cellular memory and frequency codes is what I do. Okay? I can pull a code out of anywhere. I don't care. Pull it out, put it in something, boom, 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 whatever. I love my gifts. So you get the transplant. You have to remember that came from somebody else. Their cellular memory is now living in your cells. And now what's happening, which is why they give you medications so that you do not reject the organ. Okay, they give you the autoimmune medications so that you will not reject it. And you have to stay on these pills the rest of your life. But here's the thing, you get the cells of somebody else. What if this person that you got the cells from, the organ from, was a hidden healer? Now I got your attention, don't I? It's getting ready to get real good. Are you ready? So here you are, high stress CEO. You're making your money. You're living your life. You're up there popping off all your money. You're living it. You're doing, boom, life comes to a questionable. Are you going to stay on the planet or not? Here we go. What needs to be transplanted? Oh, now you got to get this. Okay. So now you have this organ, this other part of somebody else. And so now this other part of somebody else is living inside of you. And that's the cells. Now get this. Let's take it to the heart. And I'm going to tell you how the liver is. Let's take it to the heart. The heart holds our soul being of love and compassion energy here. What resonates with the heart. Okay? Now think about this. How many heartbreaks did you suffer? How many depression things that were heavy on your heart? What did you worry about? What hurt you? Or better yet, what if you were somebody that was joyful from the heart? You were giving all the time. You were doing this all the time. You couldn't stop doing it, blah, blah, blah. Like if somebody got my heart would be all about, oh, I got to do this. I got to help this person. I got to heal this person. That's what my heart would be about. So now you get this heart. You were the CEO person, highly strung out. Now you get the heart transplant. Now all of a sudden, nothing makes sense anymore. Okay? Even when you write your name, it doesn't click with you anymore because you have cellular memory organ of somebody else that's sharing in your space. Even though that person is not on this planet anymore, it still has a soul matrix imprint on that organ. Okay? So here you come, you get it. Now all of a sudden your whole life is turned upside down. Because now you're not thinking about making this money and you're not thinking about living like this. Now you're thinking about, I want to open up a wellness center. And then the people over here that's used to you living this life, they're going to look at you like, what the hell are you talking about? We got a deal coming down on an account. We got to get this money in. We already got signed up. We got to go to Japan and close out this deal and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're talking about going over here, going to finding a piece of land and opening up a wellness center. Walking away from this. This doesn't make any sense to you anymore. This is foreign to you now. You're not attached to this anymore. Because the heart is in there. And it's going to follow what its truth is. Are you following what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. All right. That's just one. Let's do the liver. Hidden healer of the liver. Here it is. Now, let me go back before I talk about the liver. A walk-in is a soul, two souls that share the human body. One is in for the first part of it, and then when the tragedy hits, that soul leaves and the other one comes in to finish up the rest of the mission. It was a soul contract agreement. The person probably said, well, I can't handle being on Earth for more than 20 years. I got to check out afterwards because you know how crazy it is on Earth. Yeah. And they make this agreement and they say, yeah, you're right. So yeah, let's check out. Okay, I'll come in When the accident happened, I'll step in and I'll finish up. Okay, cool. That'll be perfect. At least I completed that part of my mission of what I needed to complete. And then you're going to finish up the rest. Yes. Okay, fine. Cool. Okay, so now they're done. Okay, this is the contract agreement. So walk-ins, without any kind of transfer of organs or what, walk-ins, same thing. It's a different soul. Body is the same, but the soul consciousness that's in there is entirely different. Entirely different. And it's the same if someone from a higher dimension comes in and is sharing space in somebody else's body and is running all this high energy straight down. Same thing. Now, they don't have to literally sit in the physical body. They can just be with the person. And they're having a spiritual journey that has changed their life. This is what it means to be a hidden healer. So let's go to the liver. You get a liver transplant. Okay. Now, don't get upset. I'm explaining something to you. So if you're sitting here watching this video, it's because you needed to get this information. So don't get upset when I'm explaining it. I'm following instruction. Don't get upset with me. So say that you are an alcoholic and you are tearing up that liver. You just drinking yourself silly, killing yourself every moment you get with that alcohol, with the wrong spirit. You're drinking the wrong spirit. All right. So you're drinking that spirit. You're bringing that spirit in. You're drinking it. And you're tearing up that liver. But in your liver is so torn up, now you got to get a liver transplant. Or maybe you had an illness that took out your liver. But I'd rather use the alcohol one. Okay? Because this one's painting the picture. It's still the same concept as the heart, but I really want to paint this picture of what's going to happen. So your liver's all jacked up. You got to get a liver transplant. And everybody else in their mind is thinking, gosh, I hope, when he gets this liver or she gets this liver, they don't mess it up. They don't keep doing the same behavior, drinking. So you get the liver. Okay, this liver is a very healthy liver. This liver came from someone that eats well, they exercise all the time, they believed in going out in nature, and they walked around. They lived a very low, stressful life. They were just happy. They're just going out and just being, just being. Now you get the liver. So your behavior has been drink, 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 kill yourself, drink, drink, drink. I don't know, emotionally, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the liver represents the seat of the emotions. And when the liver is emotionally toxic and you're downing that alcohol or whatever you're doing to it because you can't deal with an emotion that's been plaguing your mind and your nervous system and your dreams at night and all of this, okay, it's just going in there and it just can't deal and you got to numb it out. So you get a liver transplant. So the bad liver that was holding all that anger, that was holding all that seated memory, that was holding all that pain, that was holding all that guilt, that was holding all that shame is taken out. Now you're giving the happy, loving liver. And you come out and you're like, whoa, I feel different. I feel real different. Look at what I am saying. The hidden healer. You're either going to become one or you are one, or something is created that's going to come in and heal you. Now the liver that was diseased and had all this anger in it and all this emotion in it is out, and now you got this want to be in nature liver, this happy liver. I want to eat right and not have crazy ass food going into my body that's going to mess me up. Liver. All right. What do? So you get that liver. Now your life changes. You're doing different things now. You're experiencing and you're moving in a different way now. So now the liver is creating change. You're not the same. The liver that is here 9 times out of 10 is going to go up and reconnect and change thought processes in the brain of why you were doing what you were doing. Not the same. It's the same thing. Here's another hidden healer. You don't believe in anything. You're a scientific person. You don't believe in any type of healing outside of itself. It's all scientific. Your mind is so scientific. The thought that love could heal you, you have to prove it on a scientific scale. You are nothing but science. You can prove everything is not what it is. It's only through science. Okay. Don't get mad now about what I'm going to say. Don't get upset. I have to say it this way. So now, you have a traumatic thing happen to you, Mr. Science or Mrs. Science person. And you have a near-death experience. You go through the souls of light. You go through there, you hear everybody tells you, hey, you're here too soon. You have to go back. You can't be here. You're like loving it because the vibration is so good. And you don't want to go back. Yes, because the amount of energy of love and everything that you're feeling is so beautiful. You don't want to, you can't explain it. You can't explain what you're feeling. It feels too good. Okay? Boom, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. You come back into your body. Now you're back into your body. So now you're back. You had this near-death experience. So now you're saying to yourself, what the hell happened to me? I feel different. Another hidden healer. So now the scientific mind person that you were so analytical to be is now questioning what you just experienced. And now you're going to be out and expressing this to everybody you know. And then you start to find other people that have went through the same thing, that had miracle healings without all the stuff that the science likes to do and medical likes to do to heal the body. This happens spontaneously, which you couldn't find in a book on chapter 55 or chapter 14. It was on that chapter called 777. So now you're a hidden healer. And then there's the beautiful autism children. They too are hidden healers, because they're hidden healers in a different way, because they had something that went into their system and caused their whole being, nervous system to change. Kind of sounds like how things are happening right now. Okay, so they start to change, but they are very mathematical. They can put things together really fast. They can sense things. They can see things. They're very dimensional, and they do not do well with the regular English on this planet. They very much so talk through here, The mind. Smart as a whip. In their way. Because they are more fourth and fifth dimensional beings. They're not 3. Because it was taken away. They are 4 and 5. And going up. Yes, I got you thinking now, don't I? So while you're trying to do a 3-dimensional teaching with this beautiful being and getting frustrated because they're not learning the way you think they should be learning, they're on a higher frequency of learning. They're on an entirely different vibration than 3. They're not on this. They're over here on 4 and 5. They're on a higher frequency. They see things differently. They might be on 6 or 7. And they are so into things need to be right. Let's heal things. And if they don't get it that way, they make that high-pitched tone scream that shrieks your nervous system to get it in line. There's a reason why they do that. Because it's a tone vibration to bring alertness, saying, we got someone here that's not willing to listen to me because I'm trying to tell them. Hidden healer. Hidden healer. And what amazement that there's so many hidden healers. Don't realize it. Hidden healers are the ones that like to be attracted to plant medicine, essential oils, candles, color, frequencies, art, dance, languages, building things, animals, hidden healers. They're not always sitting at some desk talking about some numbers, crunching and trying to make a sale and doing something to make this money so they can live their money life. Hidden healers. And then you have the other hidden healers. The ones that are the rich ones. The ones that got so much money, they sit in their ass every single day trying to figure out what the hell they can do because they've done it all. They've been all over the world. They've been to all these parties and they're bored with the people because the people just seem so flat and so empty because all they ever talk about is their money and what they just bought and what they just got and their companies and all this stuff. This hidden healer is the one that's sitting back saying, so boring, so mundane. I got all this money in the world and I'm still not happy. And this one sits back and does crazy stuff, hidden healer stuff. These are the ones that come into the restaurants and they sit at a table and they're watching someone who's struggling, knowing damn well they don't make enough money at their job as a waitress or a waiter. And they're the ones, when that person goes over and gives them the best service possible because they're so tired, they got to go home and take care of their kids. They hope they got enough money to pay the rent, hope they made enough money to put gas in the car, might be teeter-tottering on empty in their vehicle. And they're the ones that tells the person, thank you so much for your hospitality and your service. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And when they get up and leave, they leave that waiter or waitress a $10,000 tip, $5,000 tip, because that money is nothing to them. They make that money every 30 minutes or every 20 minutes. That's nothing for them. Another hidden healer, because that person had that money and just went and gave it to somebody else. They didn't even know. They just gave it because they got so much of it. A hidden healer. And to think of what that person just did for that person, how that's going to help ease up whatever that person was going through. Hidden healer. Here's another one. This architect loves to keep building things, but he has one design he likes to keep building. And this design is so beautiful. It's a perfect design for any areas that take hurricanes, tornadoes. It's built where nobody gets killed in this building. Everything stays intact and is aerially dramatically, I can't say the word, designed so that when wind and whatever hits it, it literally goes around it and it's nothing to tear up and to break because it moves with the weather instead of the weather coming in and pounding on it and taking it out. This person already knows how to design that. And they decided to go ahead and just build some of this and give them to people. Secret healer. That hidden healer. Right there. Here's my last one. Hidden healer. That means a healer to tell a healer that they're a healer. Okay? Going in sick, looking in this beautiful store. And just finished getting my flu shot. Well, I was so sick after I got it because I worked in one of these Bay Area hospitals. As part of the staff, you got to get your flu shot. And I was so sick as I've ever been. Fever, dizziness. It was abnormal. Didn't feel right. And walking into a shop with my analytical mind and saying, just a shop, looking at all these things from Peru, rattles and beautiful fabric, handmade, and then see this woman who owns the store, who makes the journey going back and forth to Peru to bring these things back. And she looks at me as though she's a panther or a jaguar, like a cat, big eyes. I'm like, wow. And tells me, you don't look well. What's wrong? I said, oh, I had to get a flu shot, because it's part of my job where I work, blah, blah, blah. She says, oh, come with me. She takes me to the back. She has this pot. And it has this amber color, kind of just like this color, amber color tea in it. And it had this bark floating across it. She says, una de gata, cat's claw, from a sacred tree in the Amazons. I go, I'm not going to drink no cat's claw. What are you talking about? No, that's the other name for it, but it's called una de gata. I said, she says, here. She gives me a teacup of it. And she says, drink it. The people have sung when they were collecting the bark from the tree. So you're going to be drinking the essence of the prayers that's going to help your body. And I was like, okay. She said, just drink it. And she looks at me and says, "You're a healer and don't even know it yet, but you will soon." And I go, "I'm a nurse." Da-da-da. She goes, "Oh no, it goes much more deeper than that. You'll see." And I drank the tea, and it was like immediately I felt my body taking in the essence of that tea, and the fever dissipated, the aches that I was feeling dissipated. And I literally, for a split second, I felt like I was in the forest with the trees and looking up at them, and with people, saw their faces briefly, and then it just went away. And I was like, what is this? Whoa. And finished it up, and she says, "You'll be just fine." And I remember she had the bag and she gave it to me. I bought another bag. She gave me the bag and I bought another bag. And she says, "All you need is a part that should last you almost a whole year." So, okay. She was right. Lasts a whole year, that barks. And after I drank that, I wasn't sick anymore with that. I wasn't feeling weird. I felt better, stronger. I felt fantastic. Cat's claw, una de gata. And she says, "I have to keep going because I fight a lot up there because the forest is always under attack by people coming in, ripping down the trees, taking the medicine down that these people harvest. So we go up there and get as much as we can because it's always somebody out there destroying. Isn't that the truth? If they're not destroying the earth, they're destroying other people. I don't know. Destroying other people. Just take a look. Look at the beings that like to destroy. Look at their history. Go back all the way to the history of destroying other people. Destroying. Destroying. Not healing you, destroying you. Okay? This is why it's called hidden healers. Because if the hidden healers are the ones that come through to heal what has been done mischiefly. Hidden healer. Are you a hidden healer? I bet you are. And you're probably a hidden healer because of this time right now, and you're being put on notice. Let me ask something. Did things all of a sudden just come to a screeching halt? Are you questioning what you're supposed to be doing with your life? Is there something that feels like out of sort? Like you're supposed to, is there something pulling on you that's making you feel like you have to go study that and go learn that? Is there something pulling on you to get your butt up to Peru? Is there something pulling on you trying to take you down to the Amazon? Is there something pulling on you trying to get you to go to Africa? Is there something pulling on you that's trying to get you to go study with someone to learn something? No, you just might be a hidden healer. And if you are, you better get in the game and do what is calling you. Follow your calling because it's time. Because when you're a hidden healer, really, there's no place to hide because your light gets activated. So I'm going to ask you again, are you a hidden healer? I bet you are. What do? What do? All right. sit with that and, I don't know, go soak in a bath on that and drink some water and have a moment. Be in your moment to moment, like Sasha Bonasade likes to say. All right, lovelies. I deliver the message of the hidden healer. And I know some of this information rings true. Everything is cellular, everything's memory. But are you a hidden healer? Have a good night. Be so light.